Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? A gracious good morning to you good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. It is Wednesday morning. Had to think about what day it was, man. It's Wednesday morning. It is May 27th and it is 3:20 in the a.m. I just watched a video where a woman is describing a situation that she had. The woman is either Uber, Lyft, one of those car service drivers. And she said she picked up a youngster who was excited about her first day of work. I'm not going to say the company she was hired by, but it is a religious organization, or it has religious undertones as part of their core values. And the woman was excited about going to her first day at work. The woman said shortly thereafter she was called back and she picked up the exact same person who was let go on her first day of work. And she said, I don't like to cry, but it was obvious that the woman was crying. And the woman eventually said, or the youngster eventually said, that she was let go. Now the driver said she had a background in HR, and she knew, all the reasons why an individual could or should be let go. And come to find out that the youngster had posted a video on one of these social networks and stated how much she disliked white people. And the drivers described the video as a rant. And to this young sister, I want to know, what did you expect was going to happen? Nothing that you put out on social media or on the internet by that is private. At some point, if it's out there published, somebody is going to have access to it. Even if you attempt to erase it, there's cookies and all this other technical stuff I could go into that leaves a footprint. There's a digital footprint of what you posted. Now, I talk about privilege and I talk about racism and its impact. I talk about how people are unaware of how privilege works or how subtle racism is in our society. Now it's not so subtle, but it's pervasive. I talk about educating yourself, being aware of it. Now, I know a lot of what I post irks people who see it as racist. And that's because they're trapped in that mindset of how this society is set up. See, if you become aware of it, like any problem in your life, you have to make some adjustments. You have to make some changes. Or, I'm going to equate this or parallel this to a health concern. See, if you're aware that you have something and you do nothing to treat it, it will eventually consume you. And that's what racism is doing to this country. You can't erase the histories of people. You cannot make statements like, I don't see color, when there's color in front of you. You don't get to assume that everybody has to adhere to your culture or your cultural standards without trying to understand why there's a problem. See, education is critical, and bringing these things to the forefront is critical. Having difficult conversations is critical to our, and I mean the collective, well-being. You know, I am constantly reminding folks of the story of the blind men who each have a part of the elephant, and they're describing what they're touching. And this becomes their concept and construct of an elephant. When they come together, they get the big picture. But if they stick with their individual concepts, you know, they only have a small portion of what's really going on. And again, I need to say, I've been accused of being divisive. And for those folks, you only have to look at my family and the makeup of my family and the love that we have as a family, the communication, albeit sometimes rocky. It'll let you know that my family is comprised of the Latin culture, Pacific Islander culture, there's German and Italian, and there's Romanian, Eastern European. When you see me, you see black, and you see mass-presenting lesbian. You see woman sometimes when you want to really make contact and see or pay attention to who you're talking to. Open your eyes, and when you do, you'll open your heart.